Our learning target this unit is I can add and subtract 3-digit numbers using place value. Our success criteria for today is I will know I'm successful when I can subtract across zeros. This problem is somewhat of a review. We have solved problems where we have had to subtract across 2 zeros. It's important that we review this and get this in our mind because it's going to help us when we subtract across 3 zeros. So let me read the problem and we're going to solve this one together. A teacher buys 200 erasers for his students. He gives 152 of them away. How many erasers does he have left over? Right now, think in your mind, what in this problem tells you if you add or subtract? Of course, this problem starts out with the total. The teacher buys a total of 200 erasers. He gives away part of the erasers and he has part left over. So we have a total and the part, and we need to find the other part. So let's set up a problem. The problem will look like this. And don't forget, the large number always has to be on top because you need to take away from the larger number. I have my model over here just so we can see what happens using the place value model next to the algorithm. We're going to start in the ones place as we always do when we subtract, and we're going to say, is there more on the floor? Well, here, of course, there's more on the floor, so we're going to go next door. The tens place has nothing available for us. There are no tens, so I need to go over to the hundreds place, and I need to take 100. When I do that, that's going to give me 10 tens, and in my equation, I won't have 0 anymore, I'll have 10. There we go. So now, instead of 2 100s, I have 1. And now I have 10 tens. But I haven't solved my original problem over here in the ones place. I still don't have enough ones. So where do I get those ones? Of course, I need to take a 10, ungroup it, so that I make more ones. So I'm going to take one of these 10s, get 10 more ones, and that will, in my equation, make it so that I have 9 10s, and that'll give me 10 ones. So now I can subtract, finally. 10 minus 2 is 8. 9 minus 5 is 4. And 1 minus 1, we'll take away that last 100, will be 0. My answer is 48. I want you to be thinking about this question. How can I use what I've learned about subtracting from hundreds to subtract from thousands? Before we do that, let's think about what is 1,000. 1,000, this is how we model 1,000. And 1,000 is 10 100s, and we can count it 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1,000. And we don't normally say 1,000, we usually say 1,000. So let's start off with a problem where we have 1,000. And I have my model for 1,000. Notice I don't have any hundreds, I don't have any tens, and I don't have any ones. I just have 1,000. So I need to start just the way I did when I had 2 zeros. I need to start in the ones place. I have 2 on the bottom. I need to take 2 away from 0, and I cannot do that. So just like before, I'm going to go to the tens place. I don't have any tens, so I need to keep going. I need to go to the hundreds place, and there aren't any hundreds. So I need to keep going until I can ungroup. I'm going to take 1,000. And what happens when I take 1,000? How many hundreds do I get? Of course, I get 10 100s. We just went over that. So for the 1,000, I made a fair trade and I got 10 100s. So in my equation, I'm going to take away this 1,000 and that will give me 10 100s. But I still haven't solved my problem. So I need to ungroup one of these hundreds. and that's going to give me 10 tens. So I took away the 100. That gave me 9 100s. I can see it here in my model. Now I have 10 tens, but I still haven't solved my ones problem. What do I need to do now, class? Of course, I need to take a 10, and that will give me 10 ones. And finally, I can subtract. 10 minus 2 is 8. 9 minus 2 is, 9 minus 7 is 2, and 9 minus 7 is 2. And 0 minus 0 is just 0. I don't have any more thousands to subtract. So 1,000 minus 772 is 228. You try this one on your own. Pause the video now. If you need to, draw the place value model to help you with the standard equation. Pause the video, please. How did you do? Well, hopefully you did something like this. You lined up your place values to make sure that your ones are with your ones and your tens are with your tens. And then you start in the ones place and subtract. Well, I have more on the floor, so I need to go to my tens place. Oh, nobody's home, so I need to go to my hundreds place. Nothing there, so I need to go all the way to my 1,000. I need to break up this 1,000, make 10 tens, and in my equation, I no longer have 1,000, I have 10 100s. Now, I need to break up 100. That will give me 10 10, or I'm sorry, take away 100. That will give me 10 tens. Now, I still haven't solved my problem. What do? I take away one of the tens, and that will give me 10 ones. There's my 10 ones. I no longer have 0, now I have 10. Finally, I can subtract. 10 minus 6 is 4, 9 minus 2 is 7, and 9 minus 5 is 4. And I don't need to worry about my thousands place because I don't have any left. The answer to 1,000 minus 526 is 472. The difference between 1,000 and 526 is 472. Here are some practice problems. Here are some quiz problems I'd like for you to try on your own. Please take this exit ticket seriously. Take it on your own and put your answers in Google Classroom. This will really help me know what you understand and where you need help. In this lesson, we subtracted across zeros, and hopefully you feel confident so that you can do it yourself. Here's a to-do list. If you need extra practice, I put a couple extra tutorial videos in Google Classroom. Feel free to go watch those. Complete your practice pages in Seesaw, and then complete one assignment on iknowit.com. Have fun.